Hi. Are we live? Okay, I'm trying to figure this out. Bear with me just a minute if you're here. This is my first Facebook Live, so I am trying to make sure I'm doing this right. Okay. I think we're live. All right. Is anybody there that could tell me if you can see me or if this is actually live? If not, we're just going to roll with it. So let's have fun. Okay, hi, I'm Morgan Wylie. For those of you who do not know me or are not familiar with me, I write YA fantasy and paranormal, and I write adult paranormal romance. I've written Reawakened, one of the young adult teen stories for Havenwood Falls, and I'm so excited to be a part of this. I love it. I've had a lot of fun writing my story, but reading everyone else's and being in the world, and I love it so much. So I hope you're loving it just as much as I am. So let's see here. Okay, I'm just playing around with these buttons to make sure I understand what I'm doing. Okay, this is just a test. If you're there, can you say something in the comments so I can see how the thread works here for the questions? Oh, hi, Hillary. Okay, yay, it's working. Yay. This is my first one, so I'm trying to make sure I do it right. Okay, so hi, Tish. Yay. I can see you all. Okay, this is so cool. I've never done this before. Hey, James, how you doing? Oh, this is awesome. I don't know why I haven't done this before. Okay, so here we are. Welcome to Havenwood Falls Day here in the book club. And we are talking about my novella, Reawakened, or we can talk about any of my other books, or writing, or the weather, or anything you want. I'm here for you, so this is our time to chat. Okay, so if anyone has read Reawakened and has any questions, please feel free to start asking them. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of chat and roll, and we'll see how it goes. If for some reason you've asked a question and I miss it, please go ahead and rewrite it. We'll see as this gets going if it's hard for me to follow along or not. Oh, there's things floating across the screen. Cool. I don't know what to do with those. Sorry, y'all. I'm very easily distracted. I'm on the West Coast here, and it's 9:30 a.m. and I've not had any caffeine yet, so we are just gonna wing it. Okay, if any of you were in, Christy Cook had started a discussion where she was asking questions about Reawakened. If any of you are interested in reading some more of those, there's a link in the book club. You can click over there and read some of her kind of pre-questions, discussion questions. There are spoilers, so if you've not read Reawakened yet, you might not want to go there yet. I'm going to be real careful about not giving spoilers, so we can feel free to talk about stuff. But okay, so what else? Let's see. Okay, so imagine this. You are in a cozy little bungalow up in the mountains of Havenwood Falls, and it's a cold, cool, brisk autumn morning. You look out your window and you see mountains all around you, and just beneath your window there is a rows and rows of vines of grapes. And you are in the Stone Falls Winery, which belongs to the Blackstone family. It's their family vineyard, and I really wanted us to be there this morning. And I was going to, bring some some wine for a prop, because what else do you do at a vineyard? But like I said, it's 9:30 in the morning, so I probably shouldn't do that. And then I was gonna bring some grapes, because that would be a cool prop, right? Yeah, my daughter ate them, so they were gone. So here I am, propless and just rambling, but that's okay. Hi, Callie, good to see ya. Okay, so that is where part of my story takes place. I am writing about the Blackstone witch hunters, and they are a very old family with Havenwood Falls. They have been there since the beginning. They've came over with the founders, and they have founded like I said, the vineyard, the winery. They have in Town Square, they have a little offshoot business called Soothing Sips, where it's a wine tasting. You can come and try all their different wines. If you're of the supernatural type, there we have a special mix for the vampires and the fairies, and those that have maybe a special taste request. So you can find all of that there. They also do yoga in the vines. They have run a yoga class up in the vineyards where it's calm and peaceful. And then once a week they do a yoga in Town Square, out in the middle of the square, where everyone can see and join in if they want. It's very peaceful, because as the hunters, their drive is always strong and always suppressed right under the surface. So they find ways to relax and to bring peace into their beings. Callie, let's see. Do you like wine? Is that what inspired the winery? Okay, let's see. I do like some wines. I have to say I'm not a connoisseur, sadly. I want to be, though. I keep trying, and I want to be a wine connoisseur. There are a few. I'm a sweet girl. I like dessert wines. I like some late harvest Rieslings, things that are just sugary and sweet. But I love the idea of loving wine, and I love vineyards and walking through them. I love to go. I just have a hard time, and I keep trying, like I said, but sadly I'm not as much as I would like to be. Hi, Amy. Oh, and there's Christy. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for coming, you guys. This is so fun. I love it. Okay, so let's see. What else? Anybody have any questions so far? If you've read the book, anything you're wondering about, if you'd like to know more about Macy or her and Galad's relationship, I guess I can mention that. So Galad is her boyfriend. He is a witch, and as we know, Macy comes from the Blackstone family, and she is a witch hunter, who is still learning. Well, I guess I should say she is trying not to learn about her heritage. She would like to be normal for just a little bit longer. She knows about her family. She knows what she is, but as far as the details and how it will all come about, she is pushing it away for as long as she can. She's in denial. So yeah, so how would that relationship work? Gosh, I can't talk again. I have not had coffee yet. So her and Galad's relationship is interesting as the tension builds, as her witch hunter desires are percolating and accelerating, coming to the surface. Let's see. Oh, James, you went to a vineyard in Italy. Oh, that's amazing. I would like to go there. Callie so wants to know more about my hunters. What kind of backstory did you imagine for them? Okay, so they actually have a pretty involved backstory, because like I said, they came over with the founders of Havenwood Falls, and so their family has been there from the very beginning. And I actually will be writing, let's see, coming up here in, I believe it's June. Christy can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have my calendar in front of me. June of 2018, I'll be participating in the historical legends line, and you will get to hear more about how they became part of the original founder. Oh, excuse me, I cannot talk again. Part of the original families. So, so stay tuned for that. There will be more because their history is rich and involved, and there's a curse involved. And in Reawakened, we touch a little bit. You meet Dante, and we talk about Marie, and that will be their story, and how the Blackstone Hunters came to be. So stay tuned for that. Oh, Chrissy said June 1st. Okay, sweet. Oh, Amy's going to binge read. Awesome. You know what? That is a great way. I love to binge read. You just get them all and just love it. That's why we love Netflix, right? Because we just like it all right there. Let's see. Amy, okay, do you base any characters on you or people you know? You know, not specifically. I have elements of people I know or of myself in really probably all of my characters. As you write, for myself, as I write, you know, I pour into these characters, and I can't help but think that there's a part of me that goes into each one of them, whether it's a certain tendency or maybe even a fear or a desire or things that we look for, qualities in people or in myself, or things I hope to become, or friends or family members that I admire. Sometimes maybe even maybe an actor, but not specifically. I couldn't tell you this is this person exactly. Yeah, I know some people that do that, and I just haven't really done that. I don't know. It just must be my way. But good question. Let's see, what else? We will also, let's see. Amy, you're awesome. Bring the questions. Do you have a favorite supernatural creature? Oh, that's a tough one because I love all things supernatural. I've never written about the witch hunters before, so that was a new experience for me, and I really had fun with it. I had wanted to write about witches, and then I thought, you know, there's a lot of witches, especially in Havenwood Falls, and I love that. But I thought, what could be similar but different? So that I had fun. That was a new thing for me. I've also written about in my adult paranormal. I've got shifters and vampires and a lot of different kinds of shifters, actually. In my young adult fantasy, I have different kinds of shifters. I have fairies and elves. But as far as what I love for myself, I love dragons. I love unicorns. I love phoenixes. Basically, I just kind of go with my mood, and I have lots of different supernatural characters that I love and want to be. A mermaid. Sometimes I want to be a mermaid. So yeah, so that kind of just goes. That's not an answer, is it? I love all things supernatural. Let's see. How did Macy and Galad get together? They've known each other all their lives, pretty much. They've gone to school together, and I think just over time they had been friends. And you know, he's got kind of a bad boy vibe, but he's really not. He's a good guy, and he's kind of a bookworm. And so she has seen those qualities in him and really drawn to him. So they started as friends, and they just have progressed since there, because she wouldn't put up with his kind of baloney front. So so they've just grown together from there. Let's see. Christy asked, how were you able to put yourself in Macy's shoes? We were talking in the discussion about how we'd act differently at her age than as adults. That's true. How would I, okay, so obviously I am not a teen anymore. But I have nieces that are all in early teens, teenage. You know, I remember being a teenager in high school. So I think I just had to really kind of think back on relationships, think about attitudes, think about how I responded to my parents and different situations when I was their age. And then I even know sometimes and Chrissy could attest to this, that I wrote it as an adult. And then I was like, oh yeah, she wouldn't say that. That's not how they talk. And so you kind of have to go back and change things and remember how teenagers talk, how they act. And yeah, there's all different levels of maturities and different styles of talking. And and that's based on families and how you relate within your family dynamics. And I think Macy is probably, yeah, she's still a teen and she's got attitudes and the way she responds, but she's also maybe a little formal in some settings because the Blackstones are a little more formal. So she's used to relating to them as well. Let's see. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Kathy. Welcome to the group. Let's see. Anyone else have any other questions? Let's see. Any questions about anything else I write or the weather where you are? Oh, Courtney has a question. Hi, Courtney. As a witch hunter, what are the abilities? Can you tell us more of their purpose in Havenwood Falls? Oh, that's a good question. And as with these novellas, they're awesome, and I loved having to challenge myself, and I'm kind of a long-winded writer, so it was really a challenge to pare it down and get the meat of the story and what the heart of it and what I wanted to convey with Macy and Gallet in their story. But unfortunately, that left out a lot of detail and maybe things that, I'm still wanting you to know about the Blackstones and their family. So those will come out in future stories. So to answer your question though, Courtney, okay, as a witch hunter, one of their main abilities is to be able to sense black magic and to be able to sense other witch hunters and witches. So how that relates to Havenwood Falls and kind of their purpose within the community is that they are to inform the Luna Coven and the higher ups when there is black magic happening, because that is illegal. That's a no-no in Havenwood Falls. So that is one of their jobs as to help protect the town. Also, if any new witch hunters come to town, they can easily point them out. They have different bodily, does that sound weird? Bodily signals. Like, they get different feelings for different, whether it's a witch, they have a different feeling as opposed to if it's a witch hunter. So they can tell the difference. And as you saw in the story, Macy had a very strong reaction to when she came in close proximity to black magic, especially. So that's a very telling thing that is special to them. So that helps in the town. Let's see, Amy, if you had a special ability, what would you pick? Ooh. This kind of goes along with the supernatural question. I often want to fly, but sometimes I think it'd be cool to be invisible too. I always thought it would be really cool to be able to read minds, but then I kind of thought maybe I really don't want to know what everybody's thinking all the time. That might be too much, especially if it was bad. So I'm gonna go with fly. You know what though? I want to be some kind of shifter that can shift, and so their powers change with each different kind of shift they do. So then I can experience all kinds of supernatural powers, right? That's a good one. Okay, Kathy, let's see. Who is your favorite author of all time? Ooh. That's a hard one. I read a lot of different genres, between adults and YA and fantasy and paranormal. I read some contemporary. Obviously, I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I don't know if you can see, I've got books and Funkos. So I love JK. I love for adult stuff, I love Patricia Briggs, and I love Karen Marie Moaning, and sorry, I'm looking at my bookshelves. I love CC Hunter for YA. I love who else? Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I love a lot of writers, but those are a few I'll name. Let's see, Amy, I'd love to be able to talk to animals. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. You would like Shell in my YA fantasy. It's one of her shifter abilities. She can do that. Christy, let's see. Was writing and collaborating in this world harder or easier than you expected? I'm going to say both, actually. And not in a wishy-washy way, but it was easier in the sense of I've heard, you hear there's horror stories sometimes about collaborations gone wrong or groups that just don't get along and it's challenging, or maybe even the organization is lacking, and so it's hard to kind of figure out what you should be doing and if your story is on track. So in that sense, it was definitely easier because let me tell y'all, Christy Cook is the organizational queen. So we've got a Bible with all of our characters and world descriptions and businesses and schools and maps, and it is awesome. Makes my job easier. So that is fantastic. The group of authors that are writing in this are amazing. And I'm excited to call them all friends through this and after this. And, everybody has been so cooperative and so encouraging and supportive and easy to get along with. I've loved that so much. For me personally, I guess in one sense, let's see, I don't think harder is the right word. I think with every new book, with every new situation, there's always a challenge. I think there's a challenge to my writing, to me as a person, so it allows me to grow and to become better. So no, not hard. It's definitely been a great, fantastic, easy experience that I will definitely do over and over again. So let's see. Courtney, I can imagine it takes a lot more work to get small details right. Yes, it does. And that is where, like I was saying, the Bible comes in huge. I mean, y'all, it's overwhelming, but it is awesome. We've got everything in there. So we have shared world characters. So that's where, we've got crossovers. So in my book, you'll hear about some characters that are in somebody else's book, and in Callie's book, and in Kristen's book, in the YA, we cross over, and you've got Amy, let's see, we've got Michelle Miller's and Amy Hale that's coming up with in YA ones. So you'll start to see characters kind of pop in some of the other stories, and that part's so fun. But that's where the Bible comes in, because we need details. We need to know, what do they look like? What do they do? What classes are they taking? Because, we're writing in the high school series right now, so they're in school and they've got classes and teachers and they've got, events, and we just had homecoming. And so, we had to collaborate on all the details, and that does take more time, and it is, I guess, challenging in that sense, but it's also so much fun because we get to chat and find out, oh, what would they do? How would they react to this situation? So that's super fun. Yes, Kathy, they are brilliant. We love all of them, and I'm so honored to be a part of it and to be able to get to know these authors and join forces with them. So that's super fun. Okay, looks like I caught up. Okay, hey, let's do a giveaway. So let's see. How about, since I have not had my coffee yet, we were going to do a giveaway for a $5 Starbucks gift card. That way anyone can participate. It can be, beyond US borders. So let's do, if you've read any stories from Havenwood Falls, what is your favorite? Let's do your favorites, just your favorite places, your favorite events, your favorite characteristics, your favorite characters. go ahead and just put them in the comments, and I'll randomly pick somebody in just a little bit. So that's not super specific. It's just anything that you'll, and if you haven't read them yet, then which one are you most looking forward to? Or what can you imagine loving about a small town? This is a pretty generic giveaway, but so just have fun with it, and we'll pick somebody. So yeah, Hillary hasn't started yet. So yeah, pick something. Which book are you excited to start? What have you heard about Havenwood Falls that you're excited about learning about? Things like that. Okay, Christy asks, let's see. What do you wish more readers knew about Havenwood Falls? How amazing it is. I wish that they knew how it feels to be in the town, and they would only know that by reading all the books, because each book and each story focuses on different parts of the town, different families, different businesses, different so like in my story, we often are in the vineyard, and they go to town square and the coffee shop, but there's so many other places to go. And there's, in Callie's story, you learn about some restaurants, and in Kristen's story, you learn about her family's restaurant. And so that's what I love. I love that there's a new thing in every story, that you get to kind of make a mental map of where they are in the town, and what exciting new things they get to learn about, and who might you see. You don't ever know who's going to pop up. So that I wish people knew. It's kind of like, I know, let's see, Chrissy's mentioned this, and I don't know if she said it this way or if I did this. I'm not going to take credit for it, but it's kind of like Gilmore Girls meets Supernatural. So it's like, everybody knows your name, and you get to go through all this town and wave at people and see them, and you're like, oh, I remember that person. I read about them in a different story. I love that. That's my favorite part, and I wish everyone, knew that and would try to experience that. Oops, let's see, I got behind. Let's see, Amy. Oh yes, Nocturne Falls by Kristen Painter. I've read a few of those. That's a lot of fun. Yeah, so it's the small town vibe. It's you get to go everywhere and meet people. But I love, and the difference with this one is that it's so different because of all the different authors. So you get different feelings and different characters' point of views, and I love that. Let's see. Yes, Hillary. She wants to know about, let's see, even the school, and do they play sports and all that jazz? Yeah, we've got sports teams. We've got football. We've got, let's see, there's language classes, and for PE, they go skiing. We have, because, we're up in the mountains, and we have a ski resort, so why not? Yeah, and so throughout the different stories, in mine, you don't get to learn a lot about that because Macy missed a lot of that, and she's coming back after school's kind of already started. But in some of the other stories, you get to hear about their classes and some of the different teachers and the sports team. Callie writes about Taryn, and he is, you get to hear about some archery, and the football guys are there, and so that is fun. Let's see, Chrissy, what are you working on now? Oh, that's a good question. I am working on, still working on, edits for book 4 in my YA fantasy series, The Age of Elandria. This has been taking me quite a bit longer than I had originally planned. We've had some family medical issues going on, so unfortunately that has been taking me a little bit longer, but it's still coming. It will be out before the end of the year, so I'm very excited about that, and I'm gonna bust my buns here soon to get those edits done so we can get that out. So yeah, so that's what I'm working on. I'm working on book 4, and simultaneously I'm writing book 5, which will end that series. So I'm very excited about that. What else am I also working on? And then I am just kind of plotting out my story for the Havenwood Falls Legends. So you will stay tuned for that because I'm really excited about Marie and Dante's story. Let's see what else. Amy wants to know, is there an order you need to read them in? No. However, it's suggested that you start with Christy Cook's, oh, I'm going to call it the wrong name, Christy, I'm sorry. Oh, like I said, I do not have my coffee. You want to start with Christy Cook's book because it's a great intro into the town. Now, however, so that's in the new adult line. If you're wanting to stick with the YA, then no, it doesn't matter which. There's not really a first. They all kind of happen around the same season time. I think Kristen Yard's The Fall starts a little bit earlier than mine, or maybe that, I'm sorry. I did read it. It's just not working in my brain yet. Yeah, so either way, it does not matter which one you read first in the YA. They all happen around the same time, and it's awesome. Let's see. Amber. Hi, Amber. My favorite so far has been The Fall. Awesome. Mostly because I was totally thinking of another soup, but I was home. Let's see. Kathy, I love Everett from, yes, you know, I am a little behind, and I have just started Covetousness by Randy Cooley Wilson, and I'm loving it so far. Everett he's a very hot gargoyle. Yes, we love him. Let's see. Kathy. And I love Xandru. Yes, I love Xandru by Christy. Forget Me Not. Thank you. That's the name of the title. Is just slipping my mind. Sorry, Christy. Yes, if you're wanting to start all of them, adults or young adults, I would start with Christy Cook's Forget Me Not, because that's a great intro into the whole town and how it's set up. Or Forget You Not. Sorry, Christy. Forget You Not is the proper title. Nope, later. Wait, what? I'm confused. Okay, well, let's see. To answer Christy's next question, what's your writing process? Do you do a lot of planning and plotting, or just sit down and write? Okay, so I used to pride myself on being a pantser, because I did write my first 2 books totally by the seat of my pants. And I do work well that way because I like to just kind of let it flow. I always knew how it started, where it would end, some key points in the middle. However, I will say that recently I have become, I'm going to call myself a hybrid, because I'm not a full-on plotter outliner. I have some friends who are extremely detailed in their outlines, which is amazing, but I just don't work that way. So I'm kind of a half and half. I do much more outlining than I used to. So I plot out, I'm kind of a bullet point plotter. So I'll go through and plot out the book, or at least maybe the first half, and then I will go back and revise it and add in the back half, because things change as I write, and then I realize I didn't need something or didn't want to go there. And I'll tell you that I have become much more productive and a faster writer when I outline. So I am sticking with that. But again, I'm probably more of a hybrid version of an outliner versus pantser. Oh, I see what you're saying, Christy. Later. Okay, yes. So Kristen Yard's The Fall starts later than mine. So Callie's and I must start more the same. Wow, I really should have had coffee before this, you guys. I'm sorry. Either way, they're all really close, so you can read them in any order. Okay, it looks like I am caught up here as well. Okay, so let's see. Let's do another giveaway because that's fun, right? Okay, so let's do, for an ebook copy of any of the Havenwood Falls stories, tell me if you've read them, what's your favorite so far? And if you have not started yet, what are you reading currently? So go ahead and type those in the box, and I will pick somebody by the end for a Havenwood Falls ebook of anyone in the Havenwood Falls. So if there's one you've been dying to start, it's yours. Let's see, where do you write? Do you have a favorite spot? Ooh, okay, so I mean, it's nothing fancy. Usually I write at Starbucks or, or at a local coffee shop. I do have an office, as you can see. No, what you didn't see was last week. Had become a little bit more of a junk room. I got behind on my cleaning and things started stacking up, and then I started not coming in here to write. So I've been cleaning it up. I got some new bookshelves and trying to spiff it up a little bit. So hopefully I can get my vibe back in here. But honestly, I am most productive at Starbucks. One, because I love coffee. But two, I have learned to write, and I use earphones and music. I write to music, but there is something about the white noise in the background that has enabled me to kind of get in my zone. Whereas if it's quiet in my house, even with my earphones, it's a challenge for me, and it takes me a while to kind of get into the story. So, and honestly, I just like to get out of the house. I work at home. My husband works at home. We homeschool my daughter part-time. So we're just kind of all here. She's 8, so she's very active and yes, self-contained, but also very, come play with me, let's do things. So, which I love, but it's not very conducive to getting my writing done when I need to. So I do tend to like to leave the house. Amber, what is your favorite drink at Starbucks? Okay. Up until recently, I'd say I'm very much a creature of habit. So I will stick with a drink for a good season, and then sometimes I switch it up. So if I'm doing tea, I love their Jade Citrus Mint Tea. That's my favorite. Coffee, though, I love white chocolate Americanos, and I love pumpkin spice lattes, but I don't do those very often because of the milk. So sometimes I do that as an Americano, but you know what? Let's be honest, it's not as good without the milk. And recently I've been trying a new iced drink that I don't even know what to call. My barista is kind of created it for me. But basically it's like a double shot over ice, but it's kind of like a macchiato. So it's got vanilla in it and caramel drizzle, and it's really good. I really like that. But as it gets colder, I shift with the seasons. So I tend to try to find hot drinks and then cold drinks. So there. Let's see, Chrissy, a birdie told me you'll start doing squats. Squats and jumps when you're sleepy. I can't imagine who that little birdie is. Okay, so do we need a demonstration? Is that what we need? So I have been known to, if we're doing some late write nights, or if I'm at a writing retreat and I'm trying to keep my energy flowing, because sometimes, let's be honest, it's hard work and it's draining. So, okay, here we go. Sometimes I do squats. I'm not going to show you my squats. Well, but sometimes you just kind of got to bust a move. So you got to, you get a little running man going. What, you gotta just kind of move so you get the blood flowing and get the words flowing. It all comes together. So I'm sure that was more than you wanted to see on a Monday or Saturday morning. Ken, coffee, hello. But there you have it. Only a very few get to see that, and so count yourself among the few. Okay, let's see. Okay, Kathy's favorite so far is covetousness. But she does love Christy Cook's book as well. Don't we all? Let's see. Hillary. I'm so excited to get started with Forget You Not. After that, I almost need to get a game plan on what to read next. I want to read them all. Yay! You know what? Yeah, we should just kind of have a list that you just go down. Whoa, that got my heart rate up. Sorry, guys. As you can tell, I've not been doing enough of those lately. But we won't talk about that now. Let's see. Courtney also loves Randy's covetousness. I felt she didn't rush to make the story fit and kept you in suspense. Awesome. Perfect. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Oh, yeah. Hillary, this energy is kind of like running on fumes, I think. Or maybe just kind of a nervous anticipation. Yeah. So, anyways, thanks for letting me share that with you. Okay, can anyone tell me, are these little emojis on the bottom of the screen, are these things you all are posting, or is it just kind of for fun? It won't let me click on them. Okay, I don't know. Anyways. Okay, so let's see. Let's pick a winner of our $5 Starbucks card. I'm going to scroll back here and just stop somewhere. Trying to find where I asked the question. Okay, and my winner is Amy Condra. So Amy, if you're still here, go ahead and message me your email address and I will get that out to you. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget. Oh, it is your reactions. Okay, thanks, Chrissy. I didn't know if that was something I could post or what. Like I said, I'm a Facebook Live newbie. Oh, then somebody gave me an angry face. No, I'm just kidding. So these are fun. Okay, let's see. Yay. Okay. Does anybody else have any questions? Anything else about Havenwood Falls, about Macy and Gallett's story, about anything else I write? Yeah, anything else at all? Oh, okay, yeah, thanks, Kelly. She explained that to me. Let's see, Kelly wants to know, she had to step away for a few minutes. Have you talked about your writing process and what a writing day looks like for you? We touched on it a little bit. Chrissy asked where I write, and I touched on a little bit about how I'm kind of a hybrid plotter pantser. But as far as my actual writing process, let's see. So if I'm just going to sit down and write, I have, I don't have one right here to show you, but I have kind of a written out my plot line. And so I will kind of study that for a few minutes, and then I will reread just a short snippet from what I had previously written. Unless it had been a while, then I might read a little bit more, because I don't want to take too much time in that, but just enough to get me back into where I was. Like I said, I use music, mostly instrumental, but with emotion. Some of my music does have words, but I tune the words out pretty easy, and I just focus on the energy and emotion of the actual music. And then I just kind of go from there. I often try to hit word counts. I try to shoot for about 2,000 words in a day. Sometimes I get that, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I get more, which is awesome when that happens. And then because like I said, I do homeschool my daughter part-time. We do homeschool, and then I try to write in the afternoons, except for the 2 days she does go to school. So then I have all day Wednesday and part of another day that is just mine to write. So I do have a schedule, but sometimes that schedule gets messed up and I have to just go with the flow. And so I write when I can. I keep trying to write at night, but you guys, I just can't do it. I can't stay up that late. Well, I stay up, but I don't seem to think that late. So I often will get up at like 5:30. I'm an early morning, late morning writer is usually when I'm best. So let's see, I do that. So that's kind of what a writing day looks like for me. If I'm working on 2 different projects at the same time, then I will try to switch off. I will do one in the morning and then switch and work on the other one in the afternoon if I'm doing that. Christy asks, what's your favorite writing snack? Okay, I'm trying to do better with this. So I would say my writing snack that I used to be my favorite is hot tamales and licorice vines and Reese's peanut butter cups. So again, I'm trying to do better because as a writer, you know, I sit a lot. So so I don't really have a new one yet. I need a replacement. But so I've been slowly phasing those out, but they're still my favorite because they're awesome. Callie asked, what are you writing now? Okay, I did briefly mention, let's see, I'm editing book 4 in my YA fantasy series, The Age of Elandria, but I'm also starting book 5 at the same time. So I am writing that. I've not gotten as far as I would like to in that so far, but I'm loving getting back into writing. I've been doing editing on and off for a while now, and so I'm ready to write. So I'm excited about that. Christy wants to know how I'm comfortable with that big spider behind me. I don't know. Oh, that way. So I have is that the one you're talking about? I have a spider on that picture back there. I also have an anatomically correct skeleton behind me too. Let's see. Well, the spider that was a gift from my husband when I released my adult paranormal romance series. It's called The Tangled Web. And so the villain in there has some spider tendencies. And there's spiders that show up a lot in that story. So that's what that's for. But so I've kind of made peace with it. It's my friend because I know it's related to the Black Widow in those books. So you should see the spider my daughter just got the other day. It's a stuffed animal and it's cute. It's got purple on it, but it's, you know, it's pretty big. And she slept with it last night. She likes that stuff. If I wasn't, okay, Kathy wants to know, if I wasn't an author, what else would you want to be? Okay, that's interesting. I started writing, like really writing to publish in 2009. And before that, I've done many things. My husband and I had a real estate rental management property company. I sold real estate. I did some interior design, interior painting. I worked at a retail store. I actually pursued looking into opening a retail shoe store. So I've kind of tried some different things. I think part of, especially in your 20s, early 30s, unless you just are one of those people that knows exactly what you want to do, which I was not, it's kind of a time to try stuff and try to figure out who I am and what I want to be. Now, that said, I'd always have had a bent to write and the stories happening, and I had wanted to do that, but I just hadn't found the right story yet. So I guess aside from that, what I would want to be, if I could be anything, I always thought it would be fun to be like somebody's personal shopper, or just go and shop for them and buy them, you know, a whole new wardrobe or something. But now I'm not so sure I could people as much as I used to then. I don't have the same patience as I did before being a mom, I think, which should be the other way around, right? I don't know. So I don't know if I have a good answer for that. I think I would want to be somebody who could travel, I think. I don't know, but not like a stewardess, but like somebody that could just go travel and try different places, and ooh, maybe some kind of a reviewer or for hotels or something. I don't know. I'm kind of getting that on the fly here. Okay, let's see. Is that a tattoo on your wrist? It looks like the Deathly Hallows, but broken up. Ooh, Amy, you're so insightful. Yes, this is, sorry, my video is backwards, so I'm trying to figure out how to move. Yes, these are the Deathly Hallows from Harry Potter, split up. My friend, also in this, Kelly Ross, the writer of Written in the Stars. Make sure you read that one. And my friend Gabby Robbins, who's also a writer. Sorry, Gabby, I'm going to kind of give you away here a little bit. It was her 40th birthday, and we decided that we would do something together like this. So we each represent a different symbol and all have the same one. So it's super special and fun because we all love Harry Potter. Let's see. Callie asked, I know your husband is a musician, but others may not. Oh, yeah, my husband is a musician, singer, songwriter. He kind of does it all. How has that played into your writing? Oh, thanks. That's a good question. He has created actually a soundtrack, an original soundtrack for my YA fantasy series. My first book is called Silent Orchids, and that is that's the name of the album, and it's beautiful. He's got Blair Masters. He's an incredible. He plays the piano. It's kind of hauntingly beautiful music. Some have words, some are just instrumental, and it's really beautiful. It's I believe on my website. I think he's supposed to have fixed the link on morganwiley.net. You should be able to sample and hear the different songs that are really fun. And he's also created, let's see, on my YouTube channel, he's done the soundtracks to the trailers for Silent Orchids and Veiled Shadows. And it's really, so that's really special. It's a connection that we can share with that, and that involves him in my book world, and brings some inspiration for me as well. Amy wants to know what other tattoos I have. I have on this one, says Once Upon a Time, established 2013. That was and in Tennessee. I was in Tennessee at the time. I lived there for a few years. Where I met Callie and Gabby. That is when I published my first book. Silent Orchids came out May 2013, and so that's what that special is. I have an arrow on my thumb because I love arrows, and it's a reminder to me that when life is challenging and things are tough, that you just keep moving forward and you get through the stuff that's hard, and you keep moving on your journey forward. And I also have one on my foot, but you're not going to be able to see it, and it's got an arrow with a lotus flower and some other designs in it that's really pretty. Yeah, Christy, I'd love a personal shopper too. I think that's why I wanted to be one. Thank you, Amy. Thanks, Hillary. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else? We're kind of coming to the end of our time here. Oh, let me pick the other winner. You guys think of anything else you want to ask me, and I'm gonna randomly pick somebody here. All right, and the winner of my, what did we say? Oh, it's an ebook for any of the Havenwood Falls stories, is Kathy Doyle. Congratulations, Kathy. Message me your email and which book you would prefer. Now, if you've read them all, let me know that, and we'll chat about it, and we can get you pre-order for an upcoming one. So message me that. Okay, let's I'm going to write Kathy down. Yeah, so if you guys want to... Okay, Christy says y'all can still go into the event page to discuss Reawakened, my story in Havenwood Falls. I'll be hanging around and coming in and out, and I can answer any questions or just hang out and chat. So feel free to do that. You can also stalk me on Facebook. My page is Morgan Wylie Books. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter. Those handles are at mwyliebooks. Again, my website's morganwylie.net. I love to chat with you guys. This has been super fun. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for hanging out and chatting and having questions. I hope I wasn't too silly. And thank you most of all to Christy and the other Havenwood Falls authors who have been so supportive. I really want to encourage you guys to make sure you read their stories. They're all excellent stories, and it just creates such a full experience in the world of Havenwood Falls. So I will just look forward to seeing you all in the future, and keep chatting, keep reading, and thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys later. Now you get to watch me try to figure out how to turn this off. Okay, you guys have a great day. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Amber. I can't wait for more to come out, too. Oh, Christy's reminding us right now, Reawakened is still 99 cents. It's about to go away. Not the book, but the special limited time release price. So make sure you grab it, as well as The Fall by Kristen Yard and Written in the Stars by Callie Ross. They will all be 99 cents for a short bit. So make sure you grab those. And okay, we'll talk to you all soon. Thanks so much. Have a good day.